Hi, I'm David Hamburger here with my one thing about fingerstyle blues. And today's one thing is putting blues licks over a 1625 vamp in E. If you want to download the tab for the example that I just played, you can go to the link below or the link on screen and download the PDF with all the examples from this series. So what's going on is, this is a really common kind of vamp to play in the key of E, or in any key really. Going from the 1 chord to the 6 chord, to the 2 chord, to the 5 chord. E7, C sharp 7, F sharp 7, B7. And it's a really useful arranging tool where, say you're coming back around to the top of the tune and you want to have a little breathing room before you go into like the next chorus of the blues or the next chorus of whatever it is you're playing. And you can just land on this vamp and have some motion, right, going through some different chords, but not really going anywhere. And I'm using these kind of abbreviated versions of the chords, and I'm using the steady bass style. So my E7 looks like this, just the root, the flat 7, and the 3rd. My C sharp 7 is just the root, the 3rd, and the flat 7, like that. My F sharp 7 is root, flat 7, and 3rd. And then my B7 is root, 3rd, and flat 7. And so you might want to just practice going around, getting the bass notes of those chords and putting your fingers on the fretboard where they belong for each voicing. So I'm doing 2 beats on each chord. So E, C sharp 7, F sharp 7, B7. And then the way that I'm phrasing things is very syncopated. I'm putting all the emphasis on the and. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So you always have to get to the chord a half a beat early. So you could start off just playing on the beats, like on 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then practice getting to each chord on the and. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And I got my index finger on the 4th string and my middle finger on the 2nd string, just grabbing pairs of notes. And so this idea of putting blues licks on top, you can take these chords and put a simple blues phrase on top. Just using the root and the flat 3rd and the flat 7. And it's that same syncopated idea, 1 and 2. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Getting to this chord, getting to this chord early, getting to this chord early. So when you can do that, that alone is kind of a party trick of its own. So we want to make sure to sort of frame the chord with at least 2 fingers of the chord, and then your index finger is going to be the one grabbing that melody on top. Then you can use your index finger to pair it with the ring finger on the 3rd string to get like one of the inner voices of the chord to kind of thicken it, because this sounds a little stark. It's a little empty, but inner note. It rings out. It almost feels like there's a third thing going on in between the bass that's thumping away on the downbeats and the melody that's doing those syncopations. So I'm not grabbing the inner voice every time, just usually the first time. So there's only one time on the E chord, but then the first time on the C sharp, and then just the high string alone, first time on the F sharp, first time on the B7. So all together. So it gives you a way to do that vamp and then get some stuff on top. And the cool thing is you get weird stuff on top. You're getting, that's the sharp 11 and the sharp 9 relative to C sharp. This is the flat 9 and the flat 7. This is the sharp 9. And then really, call that what you want, but it's really just kind of anticipating a return to the root. And it's just blues licks. So you hear your ear, or the listener's ear, hears this very basic bluesy thing on top, but all these kind of colorful chord things happening. And of course, once you have that idea, you can do other things with it as well. So that's the idea. If you want to download the tab, again, just go to the link below or the link on screen, get the PDF with all the examples from this series, and I'll see you next time.